So this is the waveform we've got with the current crank sensor installed. Okay, go ahead and crank that over. Okay, that'll do. Just stop that. I'll take a look at it. Now, initially when you look at that, you'd say that looks like a good waveform. There's your sync notch on the flywheel, but look at the amplitude of the waveform. 1 volt peak to peak. Okay, so accessibility to the crankshaft sensor is a pain, to say the least. I found that dropping the exhaust downpipe with the flexi attached to it, just unbolting it at the mid box and moving it out of the way affords you a little bit more access. This is the new crankshaft sensor. The wiring connector you can see just up there. Now I'm going to nurse it in to place. Okay, so we have it up and running. You can see here the waveform is a lot better. Let's take a look. We pause it there. I'll go and turn it off and we'll analyse it. Jeez, that's smoky. Right, let's have a look here. Where are we? Data.
Do you have a pen there?
Do I have a pen? I have all the pens. There you go. So, it is a smelly bus. So we have, let's take that peak there. That's about 6 volts. And then the bottom peak there is 6 volts. So 12 volt sweep peak to peak, that is a good waveform. The fault was the bogey second-hand sensor. I'm not surprised really, the effort that I had to put into to get it out, but a lesson in using second-hand parts, I suppose. But that's it. I'm going to put it back together now, make sure that the wiring loom is secured correctly, especially with these AC signal generators. They can pick up other voltages, other high voltages. So the routing of them is important because the ECU needs to interpret that waveform in order to start. But that's that. The 04 Jeep nightmare that threw me for a loop is now fixed. Okay, so the engine management light is on. Just running a quick scan. See what the story is with this. Okay, so P0340, the camshaft sensor, battery temperature sensor, intake air temperature, engine coolant temperature, fuel level. Now I think I've logged most of these codes myself simply because I disconnected the ECU in order to back probe the crankshaft sensor pin. This code kept on coming back. I'm led to believe from a bit of homework that I did that on these particular marks, camshaft and crankshaft codes throw the same P0340. So I'm going to clear them now that the repair is done, and we'll let it run up and see if anything comes back, and then take it on a test drive, get it nice and warm, and hopefully the original customer complaint has been fixed. Okay, so we have a clean slate.